Hello and welcome to EACSO. Today we'll be talking about Barcelona's defeat against Inter at Inter. Today we'll be also talking about some injuries that have been setting up an alarm for some national teams before the World Cup.
Well, Chris, Barcelona lost the game 3-1. I'd like to hear your opinions on the game.
Eric, my opinion on the game is that Barcelona, it's not the Barcelona we're used to. We're used to seeing a Barcelona that went to a game, home or visitor, and won. You know, we're not used to seeing a Barcelona trapped in their own side of the field. I mean, that's not a Barcelona that anybody is used to, even if you are a Real Madrid fan.
I mean, I agree with you, correct? I'm a Real Madrid fan, as you guys know, but they played a really. I mean, it was just horrible to see how they played. I mean, I'm not criticizing the team. I'm just saying, like, what happened? I guess it could be that they're getting tired because they play like 3 games a week. You know, the body can only take so much. What do you think?
You're right in that aspect, but also it's not. I don't think they're just getting tired. I think they're also getting pressured. I mean, champions and La Liga, that's like two of the best tournaments in the world. You know, um, Barcelona's players, they if they want to take on two tournaments, I think they should like save more than just a few. You know, like for each tournament. Like they should put less starters and more subs. Like
I mean, but what starters? What do you classify as more important? What? I mean, if you say it like that, that means Messi would only play in one thing. I mean, what would you put Messi in, or Ibrahimovic, or Henry, or Victor Valdez, or Puyol?
well, I'm not saying like taking them off like during the whole game. I'm saying like don't let them start. Let them come in like in the 60th minute or something else. You know, at least when you go visit somebody. At home, you can play them at start because then you have home field advantage, and you know, so they'd be better off than like having them play the whole.
I mean, I think what Barcelona to do now, they have a tremendous pressure right now. They're losing. They're only winning the La Liga by 1 point, and Real Madrid is closing in. And Real Madrid only has to focus on the La Liga, while Barcelona has to focus on the two things. I think Barcelona should. I think the coach might have to decide what he wants to win more, the Champions League or the La Liga, because I mean it's too much. It's getting to be too much pressure. It's getting very important games, and most likely the winning team the team that passes from Inter or Barcelona will have to play Bayern Munich because they just beat Munich just beat Lyon 1-0 today. So I think Barcelona will have it very tough. Folks, I'd like you guys to comment to say, which one do you think they should win, the La Liga or the Champions, or do you think they can win both? Please comment.
All right, moving on to our next subject. Some injuries before the World Cup. Fernando Torres is injured and might actually miss the World Cup. It's not confirmed that he will miss the World Cup, but you know he's borderline practically.
Yeah, he's very borderline, just like Fabregas. It's very tough. I mean, it'd be very disappointing if Fernando Torres couldn't make it to the World Cup because he's one of the key players for the Spain national team. I just hope the best for him. I hope he has speedy recovery, and I hope he can show everyone in the world what he can do in the World Cup, just like Fabregas. I wish him a speedy recovery too.
Also, Andres Guardado from Mexico has an injury. His is not as severe as Fernando Torres, but he will be missing around 4 or 5 weeks of training. Well, he will be training to help the recovery. It's said that Deportivo La Coruña might actually let him go to Mexico to finish his recovery sessions, and after he's recovered, he can start working on training with the national team. This will also help out Mexico, obviously, because they'll have another starting member in their training squad.
Yeah, I think Javier Aguirre has it very tough right now, but now he's going to start this tour with playing like Chile and all those teams, you know. And then right after that, he's going to go to Europe and pick up his European players, and then I hope he decides to starting 11. The team he's going to take to the World Cup, and I wish Mexico. And then we'll have to see. But I also heard, I think you were telling me the other day that Javier Aguirre wanted to take Nery Castillo to the World Cup.
No offense to Nery Castillo, but in my opinion, they should not take him. Yes, Javier Aguirre gave out the word that any Mexican player can go to the World Cup. But he was just saying that obviously because of Nery Castillo. When they started asking him about like questions, if they were going to take Nery Castillo or what was going to happen with him, he said that any Mexican player has a chance. Cuauhtemoc also wants him to go to the World Cup. He is defending Nery Castillo, but how much can you defend a player that doesn't really play at like any minutes at all with his club? How can you say, all right, I'm gonna take you? That's like saying, Eric, you're going to the World Cup with US. That's absurd. You know, he's not even playing. At least Giovanni and Vela are playing.
Folks, I'm a very excellent player, by the way. But anyway, he's just making jokes. But yeah, Chris, I agree with you. I mean, Nery Castillo, I mean, dude, he doesn't even have a like real team. He keeps switching team from team. He was first with Olympiacos in Greece. Then he moved to Manchester City where he was benched. Then Chalka, and then is he right there right now? I mean, yeah, I mean, like I even lost track of the teams he was in, but I don't think Javier should take him. I mean, come on, he plays no games. All he does is train with the team. I mean, unless Javier has taken him from the team and like had practice sessions with the national team, then maybe he'd consider it. But if it's not even that, I mean, there's not really much you can do. I mean, Nery Castillo, you shouldn't go at all.
Well, taking the fact that you said that if he goes and trains with the national team, that's actually what they're trying to do. It's been rumored, it's not really confirmed, but they say that Javier Aguirre has actually hired a trainer to train Nery Castillo at Spain. I mean, they supposedly Nery Castillo went to a hospital in Spain, but now they're saying that Javier Aguirre actually hired somebody in Spain to train Nery Castillo and get him ready to train with the national team. So who knows? Maybe there is some background to this. Again, I'm not confirming anything. It's all rumored. So yeah.
Well, I just hope Javier does the right choice and not take him, regardless if he gets to training or not. It sounds harsh, I know, but there's so many players that play better and are actually playing with their team. But we ran out of time, folks. I'd like to appreciate you for watching the third video. I'm sorry it took so long, and we'll post a new one as fast as we can. Please comment and rate this.
And please look forward for our next video, which will actually have some guest speakers more known than us. Obviously, we've only been for 2-3 shows. All right, so thank you. This is Chris and Eric saying goodbye, and thank you again.